news tonight. Annan completes furnishes Accountancy Research Center at Ojukwu Varsity, Mariam. Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University holds matriculation ceremony. Orientation course for NYSC Batch A Stream 2 to begin on April 26th. Thousands of migrants march through Mexico demanding for justice. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has called for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening. Welcome to the evening news on ABS Television. I am Priska Wanko. A fully furnished one-story building that will house a world-class accounting research center has been completed and commissioned for use at the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, COOU, by the Association of National Accountants of Nigeria, ANAN. The research center, whose foundation stone was laid on 14 July 2022, contains 150-seater capacity hall, 240-seater capacity seminar rooms, 7 different offices, conveniences, among others. Commissioning the center is sited beside the administration complex of the university. The president, the chairman of Council of ANAN, Professor Benjamin Osisioma, announced that following the decentralization of ANAN examination centers, the research center will henceforth become one of their examination centers. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidige has the details.
We cut the tape to commission and declare this edifice open.
Commissioning the center sited beside the administration complex of the university, the president and chairman of the Council of ANAN, Professor Benjamin Osisioma, announced that following the decentralization of ANAN examination centers, the research center will henceforth become one of the examination centers. Professor Osisioma, who also announced a 1 million naira yearly maintenance token for the center, enjoins students to put passion into whatever they are doing and aim to be the best, while applauding the vice chancellor of the university, Professor Greg Nwakobi, for his leadership quality. Professor Osisioma, who described ANAN as a brand, noted that they pushed the project with every vigor and vitality, praying that the institution would take full advantage of the research center.
ANAN is a brand. It has taken me to practically every continent in the world. I feel particularly happy. So we have pushed this project with every vigor and every vitality. And our prayer is that this institution will take full advantage of it.
Speaking, Professor Nwakobi defined the research center as a demonstration and practical manifestation of ANAN's love and commitment to the institution. He stated that ANAN is the first professional association in Nigeria to build a permanent center in the university outside of private professionals and challenged other professional bodies whose programs are offered in the institution, especially the Nigerian Bar Association, to emulate ANAN. Professor Nwakobi, while assuring to keep in terms with the content of the memorandum of understanding they signed, said that what ANAN has done is a huge contribution to the growth and development of generations yet unborn.
I've been able to complete this within this short period, and we commend them. I'm here to vouch on behalf of the university that we're certainly going to keep to the terms of whatever that is in that MOU and ensure that our relationship with ANAN remains a smooth one.
For the incoming president of ANAN, who will take over from Professor Osisioma in a few days, Dr. James Nebinebo said his administration will always be committed to the maintenance of the center to actualize its full benefits.
VC, I assure you that from time to time, we will be looking into how this edifice will be functional and be of benefit to the students and to mankind.
Expressing her heartfelt gratitude, the head of Department of Accountancy of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Dr. Mrs. Nkechi Offor, affirmed that the center has no doubt added more value to the university in general and the accountancy department in particular. For ANAN, principal officers of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, accounting stakeholders, the Dean of Faculty of Management Sciences in Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Professor Pius Okoye, students, management, and staff of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. Cutting off tape, the unveiling of the plague, and the tour of the research center climaxed the commissioning.
The newly matriculated students of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Uli, Mariam, and Oka campuses, respectively, have been enjoined to avoid distractions that may lead them away from the goal of their university education. The Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Greg Nwakubi, made the plea during the 24th matriculation ceremony held in all faculties of the university campuses. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibota completes the report.
The Anambra Broadcasting Service, who captured the matriculation of the Faculty of Physical Sciences at the University Auditorium in Uli campus, saw the students dressed in varying colors of matriculation gowns, looking splendid as they sworn the oath of matriculation administered by the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Kingsley Nwozo. Amidst the event witnessed by parents, friends, and well-wishers, Professor Nwozo formally admitted them to the membership of the university after the heads of departments presented the students to him, while he implored them to live up to the expectation of the university as pledged in their matriculation vow. Immediately after the admission, sounds of claps rented the atmosphere across all corners of the auditorium, with the students visibly excited and congratulating each other. In the Vice-Chancellor's address to the matriculated students through the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Nwozo, reminded them that their purpose in the university is to learn and graduate in the record time, hence to achieve the purpose through working hard and passing with good grades. Congratulating the students, the Vice-Chancellor warned them against indulging in cultism, examination malpractice, violent demonstration, as well as to avoid bad friends or companies, noting that it will ruin their career in the university and future.
And enjoin you to live up to the expectations of the university as pledged in your matriculation vow. Congratulations.
In a remark, Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic Professor Osita Shayanam urged the students to be of good behavior, both in character and learning, shun indiscipline, as well as read and digest the students' handbook to get acquainted with the do's and don'ts of the university.
Know that we are not only training you in academics, we also monitor your character, because at the end of the day, the certificate we are going to give to you will be in learning and character.
Some of the new matriculants, Mr. Ikechukwu Michael of Computer Science Department, Ms. Sylvia Mbaka of Industrial Physics Department, and Mr. Somto Okeke of Geology Department, said they were very excited and pledged to study hard.
To do my best in my education, obviously, and to graduate the fine results and have a smooth year of study.
Emmanuel Chibata for ABS News.
Ibuku community in Agwata local government area, the extended Izife family, all the relatives, friends, and well-wishers have celebrated the centenary birthday anniversary of Ide's Justice Nka Chukudebelu Chinwike Izife JP. Correspondent Joseph Ebocha gathered that Justice, born in 1923, is the first person from the community and the second in the old Agwata local government to obtain a BA degree from the University of London, among other feats achieved. His reports.
Birthday celebration, which commenced with church service at Holy Trinity Anglican Church Ibuku, was attended by the traditional ruler of Ogidi community, Igwe pharmacist Alex Onyido, his Ubo community, Dunukofia local government area counterpart, Igwe Dr. Robert Eze, members of DMGS Old Boys Association, Okada Assistant Council of Knights, Idu Royal Cabinet, among other dignitaries. In his sermon at the church, the Anglican Bishop of Nnewi Diocese, the Right Reverend Ndubisi Obi, who recalled the humble beginning, academic pursuit and teaching career at DMGS, as well as positive contributions of the celebrants to the growth of the church and development of the community, said celebrating 100 years is a clear manifestation of God's blessings and favor. He thanked the church and the Ibuku community for investing in the life of the celebrant when mostly needed, and the celebrant for repairing the kind gestures, reminding all that life without societal impact is not worth living, and that Christianity is not practiced inside the church only, but in the larger society. In their separate remarks, Igwe Onyido of Ogidi, Professor Ezechikwadom Moore, on behalf of Idu Royal Cabinet Ibuku, and the member-elect for Agwata Federal Constituency, Engineer Dom Okafo, thanked God for sound mental health given to the celebrant, whom they emphasized did much for God and humanity. President General of DMGS Old Boys Association, Dr. Eric Anazodo, another member, Professor Anthony Abata, and the chairman of the centenary birthday celebration, Professor Ushen Nwosu, described the celebrant as a man of so many firsts, one of the finest products of DMGS, great teacher and mentor, whose achievements in the 100 years are being celebrated, and prayed he enjoys more years in good health.
So he is a trailblazer, and God has blessed him abundantly. He has lived true to our core values of integrity, honesty, hard work, excellence. And like I said, we are very, very proud of him.
At a reception in his honor at Ihukaba, Ezihu village Ibuhu, the centenarian Sir Julius, who earlier during church service read prayer of dedication, thanked all who gathered to celebrate with him, urging all to continue to have faith in God, live righteous life, and help those in need. From Ibuhu in Agwata local government area, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
Ocha Brigade takes the congestion of markets part against illegal trading, revenue collection to Onitsha markets. In line with the directive of Anambra State government, the Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra Ocha Brigade has sustained efforts towards the congestion of markets, ending illegal trading activities, and revenue collections, as well as the silting of drainage systems in different parts of the state. Chibuzo Obidike, our correspondent, completes the story.
In continuation of the enforcement, the Special Task Force team visited some major markets in Onitsha, including Ochanja, Ose, and Marine markets, to remove shanties constructed on drainages and traders conducting their daily transactions on the roads, thereby obstructing the free flow of movement around the markets. At the various markets visited, the head of operations of Ocha Brigade, Mr. Chukwu Moye, said that the drive is part of Governor Chukwu Masoludo's vision aimed at making the state healthy and livable, and enjoying the citizenry to key into the politics and programs of the present administration. Speaking at Onitsha, a zonal manager of the agency, Mr. Daniel Martins, commended the command for its routine exercise, calling for its sustenance.
Exercise is a very, very prompt exercise, and it's very, very okay. I thank God that we are beginning to reignite the powers and actions of Ocha Brigade. It's a very welcome development.
The traditional ruler of Norfair community in Njikoka local government area, Iwe Daniel Obele, his wife Lady Florence, and family members, accompanied by Norfair royal cabinets and the good people of the town, their friends and well-wishers, yesterday danced to the altar to give thanks to God for a successful and fruitful 1 year on the throne. St. Michael's and All Angels Anglican Church Norfair venue, the Thanksgiving, played host to people from all walks of life, including traditional rulers, among others, as they gathered to celebrate the Norfair monarch. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibata reports.
While speaking at the celebration, Igwe Obele, flanked by wife Florence, expressed excitement on his 1 year on the throne and narrated his journey as the traditional ruler of the community. He emphasized that he was duly elected and supported by the community to become the traditional ruler of the town, and assured that his reign has brought relative peace never witnessed in the history of the community. Igwe Obele called on the community to keep supporting him to ensure lasting progress, while he promised to ensure his tenure brings development to the area. Felicitating with the monarch, the traditional ruler of Umuawolo, Igwe Joel Egwuonwu, and his Akiliogidi counterpart, Igwe Ikechukwu Nwafele, congratulated him and called for oneness, love, and peace in the community. The President General of Norfair Progressive Union, Mr. Daniel Okoye Okongu, disclosed that the celebration was unique and remarkable to them as a community, and called for collectivity and support from community members to the monarch for optimal progress and development.
For the first time, sitting around, staying with Igwe, celebrating with the Igwe. So it's something that we need to be thankful to God for, and we give God all the glory.
Earlier in a sermon during the Thanksgiving service, the vicar, St. Michael's and All Angels Church Norfair, Venerable Ifeanyi Ume, who prayed for the monarch, urged him to be a model and good shepherd to his subject, while calling on community members to rally round and support him. The event was capped with a royal reception at the King's Palace, where all the traditional rulers that graced the occasion prayed for the Igwe and people of Nofia. Emmanuel Shibata for ABS News.
Still to come on the news tonight, orientation course for NYSC Batch A Stream 2 to begin on April 26th. Thousands of migrants marched through Mexico demanding for justice. Here is the special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has called for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. We pause here for a public service announcement. The news returns after now.
A peak protein breakfast gets you up to a great day. How do I know? Because my daddy goes to his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, learning new things becomes absolute fun. Because all day and every day, the peak goes on.
Start your day with a peak protein breakfast. Peak.
You're welcome back to the news. The authorities of the NYSC have said that the Batch A Stream 2 orientation course of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, will begin on April 26th to 16th of May 2023. According to management's 2023 NYSC Batch A Stream 2 orientation course for Lagos and FCT will commence on the 3rd of May 2023. Some prospective corps members, PCMs deployed to FCT, will have their orientation course in Nasarawa and Niger camps. Some PCM deployed to Lagos will have their orientation course in Ogun and Osun camps. Prospective corps members can visit the NYSC to get more details of their call-up deployment status. 2023 Batch A Stream 2 prospective corps members deployed to Lagos State that have been dislodged to Ogun and Osun State for their orientation course are expected to report on the 26th of April 2023. Also, 2023 Batch A Stream 2 prospective corps members, PCMs, deployed to FCT that have been dislodged to Nasarawa and Niger State for their orientation course are to report on the 26th of April 2023. Meanwhile, all 2023 Batch A Stream 2 married female prospective corps members who are deployed to states where their husbands are not domiciled should report to the nearest NYSC orientation camp for their state of deployment to be changed. They are to report during the period of registration at the orientation camps with the copies of the marital and other relevant documents as evidence. Thousands of migrants are marching through southern Mexico as part of a mass protest to demand the end of detention centers. Last month, 40 people were killed when fire ripped through a facility in Ciudad Juarez, a city on the U.S. border. The caravan of about 3,000 people started working at dawn on Sunday from the Mexican city of Tapachula near the Guatemalan border. They are mainly from Central America, Cuba, Venezuela, Ecuador, and Colombia. Demanding better treatment for migrants, some are carrying signs reading government's crime and the state killed them, referring to those who died in the fire. It is unclear how many of the protesters may continue onto the U.S. border as has happened in the past. Sports. Nigeria's 26-man squad was scheduled to arrive at the Algerian city of Constantine to begin their final preparations for this year's Africa Under-17 Cup of Nations. The team was earlier scheduled to have their final build-up to the competition in Germany, but visa hitches forced the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, to send the squad earlier than scheduled to Algeria for the final build-up. According to the NFF, the team will now start training tomorrow in Constantine, where they will also play their Group B matches against Morocco, Zambia, and South Africa. Coached by Ndoka Ubade, was Nigeria's captain in the maiden FIFA Cadet World Cup, won by the Eaglets. The current squad is expected to get to at least the semi-finals, which will guarantee the country a berth at the World Cup. The remains of late Professor Peter Nwilo, who died at the age of 69, has been interred at his country home, Amalo Adazin Nuku, in Anoche local government area of Anambra State. The funeral ceremony, which commenced with a Holy Mass at St. Joseph Catholic Church, Adazin Nuku, attracted family members, relatives, friends, and well-wishers who traveled from far and wide to pay their last respect to the veteran. We'll have details of this report from here.
In a homily, an indigenous priest, Reverend Father John Paul Chukwulobelu, said that the deceased, who was a committed member of the Catholic Church, lived a good life and served God and humanity, and urged his children to emulate his good legacy. Father Chukwulobelu, while praying for the repose of his soul, commended the family for taking good care of him even at his exit moment, and affirmed that the late professor was a good man while on earth, and charged the congregation to live a true Christian life, establish good legacies, and love God and their fellow human beings at all times. Speaking immediately after the interment, a former chairman of Anocha local government area, Honorable Ikobi Ejiofor, said that prior to his death, that the deceased was committed to the service of God and contributed immensely in the success of his political career and others who seek his counsel and support. The first son of the deceased, Mr. Onyeka Nwilo, described his late father as a loving and kind man who sacrificed greatly for their welfare, lamenting that his demise has left a huge vacuum in their hearts, and appreciated those who identified with them in their time of grief. While his last son, Mr. Chukwuka Nwilo, said that his late father was a good man and an icon who, while alive, played the role of a mentor.
He cared about everyone, including his family. He gave my brother and I the best quality education.
In their condolence messages, a former Surveyor General of the Federation, Mr. Austin Njepuome, the Chairman, Anambra State Institute of Surveyors and Ghanaian Eastern Surveyors, Mr. Gabriel Okeke, and a former General Manager, National Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, Lokoja, Sir Dennis Osanwata, amongst others, urged the Nwilo family to take solace in the fact that their father lived a good life and was a nice man. A senior lecturer in the Department of Mechanical Engineering in University of Lagos, Dr. Nehemiah Alozie, disclosed that the deceased, who was a former colleague, lived a life worthy of emulation and was very dedicated to his duties.
For each and every one of us here, Prof is perhaps a father, a mentor, a teacher, and a lot of things to us.
Other family members who bore testimonies of the good legacies of the late Professor Nwilo were his cousin, Lady Christy Onwuzulike, and a sister-in-law, Mrs. Nneka Okeke.
Prof is a nice person, very intelligent. The wisdom in him is too much, and he used that wisdom to upgrade himself where he is now.
Prayers for the Nwilo family and condolences by in-laws, relations, associates, friends, and well-wishers climaxed the burial ceremony.
Remember, you can follow news and programs from ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television Orca. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Orca. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. To end the news this evening, a recap of the main points. Annan has completed Furnished Accountancy Research Center at Ojukwu Varsity, Mariam. Chukwemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University has held its matriculation ceremony. Orientation course for NYSC Batch A Stream 2 is to begin on April 26th. Thousands of migrants have marched through Mexico demanding for justice. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has called for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of Koiba values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. That ends the evening news at this time on ABS Television. Thanks for watching. I am Priska Wonko. Good evening and have a wonderful night rest.